Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of American coin collecting, history, and hidden treasures that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now. If you love rare coins, unique finds, and exploring the true value behind small pieces of history, then you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about one of the most exciting discoveries in the coin collecting world. Imagine holding in your hands a coin that most people overlook every single day, but instead of being worth only 1 cent, it carries a staggering market value of over $585,000. That's right, the coin we're highlighting today is the 1975 D Lincoln cent, also known as the 1975 Denver Mint penny, with an incredible value reported at $585, $326. Now, let's break this down and explore why this 1 cent coin is considered such a treasure, why collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it, and what exactly makes it so unique. The Lincoln Cent series has been around since 1909, originally created to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent quickly became a staple of American currency. By 1975, the coin had already seen several changes, including modifications to its metal composition and minting process. But in the world of coin collecting, what makes a coin rare and valuable often comes down to a mix of scarcity, errors, historical significance, and demand among collectors. The 1975 D Lincoln cent may look ordinary at first glance. It's small, brownish in color, and features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse with the Denver Mint D mark beneath the date. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial design that was introduced in 1959. To most people, this is just a penny, but under the surface, it holds a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the reasons this coin carries such an extraordinary market value is linked to its condition, rarity, and possible minting errors. Coins from this era can have slight differences that dramatically increase their value. For example, certain 1970s Lincoln cents have double die errors, small details that collectors hunt for like hidden treasure. If the coin is in pristine condition, graded by professional coin services as mint state or even proof-like, then its worth skyrockets even further. That's why a 1975 D penny has been valued at an astonishing $585,326 in the collector's market. Something that was minted to be worth only 1 cent in everyday transactions is now considered a collectible masterpiece worth more than $500,000. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's like finding hidden gold in plain sight. So what should you be looking for in your own collection or even in your loose change? First, pay close attention to the date and mint mark. If you have a penny from 1975 with a D under the year, don't overlook it. Next, check the coin's condition. Is it shiny and well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear? The closer a coin is to perfect condition, the higher its value. And lastly, consider having your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and a coin worth hundreds of thousands. Collectors are not just buying a piece of metal. They are buying a piece of history, a story, and a symbol of rarity that very few people in the world will ever own. That is what makes the 1975 D Lincoln cent such an extraordinary piece. Now let's talk about why coins like this excite collectors so much. Rare coins are like time machines. They connect us to the past, to the people who use them, and to the history they represent. Every scratch, every mint mark, every little detail tells a story. And when a coin becomes valuable, it's not only because of its rarity but also because of the passion of collectors who dedicate their lives to preserving history in their hands. So next time you're counting your change, don't just toss those pennies aside. Take a closer look. That 1 cent you're holding could actually be the key to unlocking a life-changing discovery. A simple coin from 1975 with a D mint mark could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a new home, or even more than most people earn in a decade. Here on Rare US Coins, we'll continue to share stories like this, uncovering the true market value of coins that may look ordinary but are secretly extraordinary. Whether it's pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, or even dollar coins, every piece of currency has the potential to surprise you. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Coin collecting is not just about money. It's about curiosity, patience, and the thrill of discovery. When you start looking at coins with a collector's eye, you'll see the world differently. You'll realize that history isn't just written in books. It's in your pocket change, your piggy bank, and even the coins passed down through your family. The 1975 D Lincoln cent, valued at an unbelievable $585,326, proves that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight. Thank you so much for joining me today on Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible value of the 1975 D penny, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story about rare coins that could change your life. And remember, the next time you hold a penny, take a second look. Because what seems like just 1 cent might actually be worth a fortune. Stay curious, stay passionate, and keep collecting. This is Rare US Coins, and I'll see you in the next video. Today's episode is one you don't want to miss because we are going to explore one of the most surprising and valuable finds in the coin collecting market. Imagine this, a coin that was originally minted as a simple everyday piece of pocket change, a coin that most people overlooked or spent without a second thought, has turned into a collector's dream worth an astonishing $585,325. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a coin that most people would have thought was only worth a single cent. And guess what? This treasure comes from one of the most common years in modern coinage, the year 1981. So if you've ever handled a 1981 1-cent coin, you might want to look closely because today we are uncovering how something so ordinary became something so extraordinary. Back in 1981, millions upon millions of 1-cent coins were produced. They were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, just like every other year. To most people, these pennies were nothing special. Kids collected them in jars, adults used them to pay exact change at the store, and banks rolled them up in paper tubes by the thousands. Nobody thought twice about it, but in the coin collecting world, the tiniest differences make the biggest impact. Sometimes it is a small error in the minting process. Sometimes it is a limited variation in design. And sometimes it is a combination of condition, rarity, and demand that transforms an everyday coin into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Now, let's talk about why the 1981 1-cent coin can carry a market value of $585,325. That number is not just random. It reflects the highest sale recorded at auctions and private sales for a very specific type of this coin. Collectors prize certain coins because they are almost flawless, preserved in pristine mint state condition, or feature rare varieties. For the 1981 penny, the secret lies in its variations. There are two main types of 1981 cents, Type 1 and Type 2. The difference lies in the design of the mint mark, especially noticeable in the San Francisco proof coins. Type 1 features a filled or blurry S, while Type 2 has a much clearer and sharper S mint mark. Now imagine combining that with flawless condition, perfect luster, and certification by a professional grading service at the highest grade possible. Suddenly, this little 1-cent coin is no longer just a penny. It is a prized artifact, a piece of history, and a centerpiece in any serious collector's set. Why would someone pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for such a coin? It comes down to three things: rarity, demand, and history. Rarity means that very few coins exist in the same pristine condition. Out of the millions minted, only a tiny fraction survive without scratches, without wear, and with their original shine intact. Demand comes from collectors around the world who are chasing complete sets, who want to own every version of the Lincoln cent, or who are specifically obsessed with proof coins and mint varieties. And history ties it all together, because coins are not just metal discs, they are time capsules that reflect the era they were made in, the artistry of the engravers, and the evolution of American currency. So here is the exciting part for you, the viewer. Do you have a jar of old coins sitting somewhere in your house? Have you ever checked the pennies hiding at the bottom of your drawer or in an old box of change? That's where discoveries like these come from. Ordinary people, just like you, suddenly realize they have been holding onto a coin worth thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, without even knowing it. Imagine walking into a coin shop or an auction and learning that your dusty old penny could be sold for enough money to buy a house, a luxury car, or even set up a college fund for your kids. That is the thrill of coin collecting. That is why we explore these hidden gems here on Rare U.S. Coins. The 1981 1-cent coin was part of the final years before the big change in U.S. penny composition. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from mostly copper to zinc with just a thin copper coating. That makes the 1981 penny one of the last solid copper Lincoln cents. Already, this gives it more historical weight, but the crown jewel is when you find the rare proof strike, especially from San Francisco, with the Type II clear S. Collectors pay high premiums for these coins, especially in top-graded mint state 70 condition. To give you some perspective, most pennies are worth exactly 1 cent. A collector might pay $1 for a slightly better example, maybe $50 for an excellent proof. But when you cross into the world of perfect coins with historical varieties, the value skyrockets, leading us to that incredible $585,325 market price. So, what does this mean for you? It means that every coin has a story. Every penny in your pocket could potentially hide a fortune. The 1981 1-cent coin is proof of that. From 1 cent to over $500,000, it is a reminder that history is still alive in our everyday change. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning about rare and valuable US coins, make sure you subscribe to Rare US Coins and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We cover everything from hidden treasures in your pocket change to legendary coins that have broken auction records. And before you go, drop a comment below. Do you have any 1981 pennies in your collection? Have you ever checked the mint mark closely? Who knows, you might be sitting on the next big treasure. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the next time you hold a penny, don't just see it as 1 cent. See it as history, art, and maybe even a life-changing discovery. This is Rare US Coins, and I'll see you in the next video. Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare, valuable, and historic coins that most people don't even know exist. If you're passionate about coin collecting, hidden treasures, or simply curious about how a simple penny can sometimes be worth a fortune, then you're in the right place. Today we are going to talk about an unbelievable story that will absolutely shock you. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket, a coin that looks just like any other penny, only to discover later that its market value is over $585,000. That's right, today we're exploring the story of the 1999 1-cent coin that has been valued at a staggering $585,324. Now let's start from the beginning. At first glance, a 1999 1-cent coin doesn't look particularly special. It's a Lincoln penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, and like most pennies, it features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Millions of these coins were struck by the United States Mint in 1999, so how can one of them possibly be worth more than $500,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, minting errors, and collector demand. Let's break this down. Coin collectors know that sometimes a small detail, such as a minting mistake, a doubling of the image, or the use of a special planchet, can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. In the case of the 1999 penny, a small number of them were struck with what is called a wide AM reverse variety. Normally, on 1999 pennies, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side are almost touching. But on the rare wide AM variety, the A and the M are spaced apart. It may sound like a small detail, but it makes all the difference in the world when it comes to value. Collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for these kinds of rare varieties because they are extremely hard to find. And if your coin is not only the wide AM variety but also graded in mint state condition, meaning it looks almost brand new with no scratches or signs of circulation, then its value skyrockets. Imagine finding one of these coins in a jar of change, not realizing that you're holding what could be a life-changing discovery worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of coin collecting. The specific 1999 1-cent coin we're talking about today is recorded as selling in the market for $585,324. That's enough money to buy a luxury home, several brand new cars, or to completely change someone's financial situation overnight. Think about it, a single penny that was once used for everyday transactions suddenly becoming a rare collectible with such an incredible market value. What makes this even more exciting is that many of these rare coins are still out there. They are sitting in old jars, tucked away in drawers, or circulating unnoticed in change. Every day, people spend and receive pennies without looking closely at them, and that's why the world of rare coins is so thrilling. You never know when you might stumble upon a fortune in the most unexpected place. The 1999 white AM penny is not the only rare cent out there. Over the years, collectors have discovered many varieties that are worth big money. From doubled dies like the famous 1955 doubled die penny, to transitional errors like the 1943 copper cent, these coins remind us that history, craftsmanship, and rarity can combine to create treasures hiding in plain sight. But the story of the 1999 penny valued at over $500,000 continues to amaze both collectors and casual observers alike. So, how can you check if your penny is one of these rare varieties? First, grab a magnifying glass and look closely at the reverse side of your 1999 penny. Look at the word America. If the letters A and M in America are nearly touching, then you have the regular, common variety. But if you see a noticeable space between the A and the M, then congratulations, you might just be holding the rare wide AM variety. If you suspect your coin could be the valuable one, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC. Professional grading not only verifies authenticity but also gives your coin an official grade, which dramatically affects its market value. Collectors pay the highest prices for coins that are graded in the top mint state categories. For example, coins graded MS67 or higher can bring in astronomical prices at auction. That's why the coin we're talking about today was able to reach such an impressive market value of $585,324. This is why I always tell my viewers and subscribers to never underestimate the power of a penny. What looks like a simple coin can sometimes be worth more than gold. And with millions of people collecting coins around the world, the demand for these rarities continues to grow. Each year, as more people discover the thrill of numismatics, the prices for rare coins climb even higher. Now let's imagine for a moment that you actually found one of these coins. Picture yourself checking your spare change and noticing that small detail on the reverse. You send it off for grading, and a few weeks later, you receive the news that your coin has been confirmed as a rare wide AM variety in mint state condition. The excitement of holding a $500,000 treasure in your hand is something that only a few lucky people will ever experience, but it's possible. And that possibility is what keeps coin collectors searching, hoping, and dreaming. Before we wrap up, let me remind you why this story is so powerful. It's not just about money, though the value of over $585,000 is truly astonishing. It's also about history, passion, and the joy of discovery. Each coin tells a story, and sometimes those stories carry with them incredible value. The 1999 penny worth more than $500,000 is a perfect example of how something small can hold extraordinary significance. So the next time you see a penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You never know what you might find. That 1 cent could change your life. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, maybe one of them has a treasure hiding in their pocket right now. Also, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video, because we are always bringing you the latest discoveries, tips, and stories from the world of rare coins. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Remember, treasure is often hiding in plain sight. Keep searching, keep collecting, and you might just find the next rare gem. Until next time, happy collecting.